three, funk it.
Teaspoon of honey is the life's work of 12 bees. The world's youngest grandma was only 17 years old. Dogs can tell when their owners are sad and they'll begin cuddling them to cheer them up. Octopuses have a brain in every single one of their tentacles. A banana milkshake can help cure a hangover. Am I the only one that didn't know flames don't have shadows? Guess it works. Did anybody else know that the rows of towels at Bed Bath & Beyond are fake?
Covering up styrofoam in the shape of a towel.
How old were you when you realized Miss Puff says, "Oh Neptune," because Neptune's the god of the sea? I bet you're today years old when you learned that SpongeBob failed his road test 57 times.
To be able to sleep, you have to first pretend that you are sleeping. Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not. It actually rains diamonds on Saturn and Jupiter. Russia has a larger surface area than Pluto.
How old were you when you realized that alligators don't even need to swim? They could just walk underwater. Imagine an alligator just sprinting towards you while you're trying to run away. That is horrifying. Did you guys know that Harry Potter's scar isn't actually a lightning bolt? It's actually the hand motion used to cast Avada Kedavra.
How rare is your first name? Right now, I'm going to show you a list of the most popular names or the most common names from the 1920s to 2020s. Okay, is your name on the list?
Did you guys know that the amount of time it takes for a yellow light to turn red is actually based off the speed limit? Just make sure to count the amount of seconds in your head, and you'll never blow a red light ever again. Do you guys remember this thing? The teachers would just take it out during recess and everyone would go inside and have a blast. How about these push ice pops they sold in the cafeteria? My favorite flavor was always cherry. Did your parents ever put these cheese and crackers in your lunchbox? I remember when I was a kid, there was chocolate and graham crackers. There was always that one girl going around doing everyone's fortunes. I, for one, loved having my fortune told.
Xavier, pretend to take a picture of someone. Oh my god. Act like you're taking a picture. Like, how would you take a picture? Act like you're taking a picture. Pretend to take a picture of somebody. How would you take a picture of somebody? Really? Oh my god.
Hi, my name is Yvette. I'm calling from House Experts. I'm following up on your request for a free estimate on flooring. If you'd like, you can call us back at 1-800-555-5555. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Oranges were originally green, but have recently evolved in the last several thousand years to become what we now call oranges. Peanuts aren't actually nuts. They're legumes, which are more like peas or lentils. You'll spend on average 6 months of your entire life waiting at red stoplights. Blue whales can eat 500,000 calories in just a single mouthful. Did you know there's over 2,000 different species of bacteria in our belly buttons?
If you ever thought of getting braces, first, the metal brackets are glued to the teeth. Then the glue is cleaned up and hardened by a light. The same is repeated for all teeth. Then the braces are put on through the brackets and secured by a rubber band. The pressure created by the braces slowly adjusts the position of the teeth. But how about the braces that go inside the mouth?
Here's what would happen if the sun went out. With photosynthesis halting from the lack of sunlight, entire ecosystems would collapse. Humans would have nothing to eat and would eventually starve once food rations ran out. Within a week, the surface temperature of the Earth would drop to around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. All surviving humans would be forced to live underground and would need to discover an alternative heat source to the sun. After a year, the surface temperature of the Earth would dip to below negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The oceans would turn to ice, and most living creatures would freeze for eternity and become extinct. How old were you when you figured out that packs of ramen noodles are actually 2 servings? You're supposed to split them up and save the second part for later. Every time I eat ramen noodles, I have 2 packs at once, so I guess I've been having 4 servings.
There are probably 7 humans that look the same as you. Cheetahs can't roar. They can only meow like domestic cats. The word swims flipped upside down is actually still the word swims. Every single person in the world with blue eyes shares one common ancestor. There is a 100% chance that if you pour yourself a glass of water right now, that one of the molecules has passed through a dinosaur at some point.
If we used to be able to make wishes, but someone wished we couldn't? What if the world actually ended in 2012 as many people thought and we're all dead and everything since that year has just been a dream? What if you're the only person left on Earth and the rest of the population you see is just your imagination playing tricks on you? What if the government has a cure for the coronavirus but is hiding it because they want to control the population? What if this reality is a dream and when we die, we wake up? What if the person in the mirror is real and we're the reflection?
Have you ever wondered why sometimes you have the option to decline a call, or other times you actually have to answer the phone? If your phone is on, you'll have the option to deny the call. And if your phone is off, you'll have to answer it. Hey! Here are company logos with hidden images. First, we have the Tour de France logo. This logo actually represents a biker taking part in the Tour de France. Next, we have the Tostitos logo. This logo is actually meant to represent 2 people having chips and dip together. This here is the Hyundai logo. It's supposed to represent 2 people shaking hands after a successful business transaction. And last we have the Beats logo, which I assume most of you recognize. This logo is just meant to represent someone wearing headphones over their head.
Never take anything personally. Why not? Because it's the ultimate act of ego, thinking that it's about you, when in fact it's actually about the person in front of you.
How old were you when you realized our hands shrivel up underwater to give us improved grip strength to deal with underwater surfaces? Next time your hands get pruny underwater, just try to grab something and you'll see how much easier it is. How old were you when you realized the main character in Ratatouille was named Alfredo Linguini, which is just the name for a type of pasta? Imagine naming your son after pasta because you run a 5-star restaurant.
Travel gadgets you didn't know you needed. This travel cup holder fits on the luggage handle of your carry-on, so you don't have to juggle your items when walking through the airport. It extends to the size of the gap between the bars and has a no-spill feature that works no matter how you move your luggage.
How old were you when you realized the crab from Aladdin was actually Sebastian from The Little Mermaid? Disney's just reusing characters in all their movies. Comment down below any other Disney secrets that you guys know. Do you guys remember these ice pops? I'd eat all the blue ones in like one day, and then I'd have greens and oranges left in my freezer for weeks. How about Zoo Pals? I remember when I was watching the Disney Channel, I'd always see these commercials. Do you guys remember Dunkaroos? If you brought these to lunch, you could trade for anything. You can't forget the Space Cadet pinball game. I played this every day until our family finally had internet. If Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, then why did it fall off? Why aren't iPhone chargers just called apple juice? Every single one of our ancestors have gotten laid. Are you gonna end your family tree?
Want to squeeze some lemon juice on top of your food but don't want to get the seeds all over your entree? Here's what you do. First, roll your lemon on a countertop or a cutting board. Then take a skewer or a toothpick and poke a hole in the end of the lemon. Then squeeze out the juice to your heart's content and store the lemon in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator until you want to use it again. If you want an easy way to dust your blinds, just take a pair of kitchen tongs and wrap around each end a dish rag or a washcloth and secure with some hair ties. And there you have it. Want an easy way to core your strawberry without having to deal with a knife and cutting all the tops off? Just use a straw. The top pops right off. If the top flap of your boxes never stays shut, simply tuck in the sides, then fold in each of the sides and press, and then tuck that top flap into the pocket you created. This will help keep that top flap shut and keep your food fresh a little bit longer. If you're tired of having to find and or get your roll of tape started, just use one of those plastic things that comes on a bag of bread.
I was today years old when I learned that harvest mice eat the pollen in these flowers and then they fall asleep in them. Imagine just eating and sleeping all day without having to move at all. Sounds so nice. How old were you when you realized the arrow on your car's fuel bar shows which side your gas tank is on? If you're ever pulling up to a gas station and forget which side your gas tank is on, just make sure to check that out on your fuel gauge and you'll be good. How old were you when you realized that Crayola has multicultural crayons so that everyone can feel involved? Apparently they have up to 32 different colored crayons so that everyone's skin color is represented. These microscopic creatures are all over your entire house. Dust mites are microscopic creatures which live in our bodies and in our homes. These little guys are just chilling around eating our dead skin cells and shed skin. If you've ever sneezed or itched your body before, there's a good chance it was caused by dust mites. On average, your house might contain 1 million dust mites at any given moment. The best way to get rid of dust mites is to reduce humidity levels in your home to below 50% and to clean everything with a damp cloth or paper towel.
So I heard that your boyfriend or girlfriend's favorite Disney character is who you look like. Babe, who was your favorite Disney character as a kid?
The witch from Snow White.
Why would you say that?
What are you talking about?
I told you to say your favorite Disney character and you're supposed to say a Disney princess.
Yeah, the witch is my favorite character. I don't like any princesses.
No, you don't get it! Oh my god.
I was today years old when I realized that owls have extremely long legs. Apparently owls have long muscular legs to increase their grip strength to easily catch their prey.
You can actually outrun a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Bees actually spit at each other in hot weather. The most common Smartie to be missing is actually the red Smartie. Giraffes are actually 4 species and not 1. Having acne actually helps your skin age slower. A golf ball can be run over by a bulldozer and still survive.
You guys remember Tamagotchis? I'd get so sad if I left mine alone for too long and it would just leave me. How about ring pops? I'd be flexing them on all my fingers while my mom tells me I'm gonna get cavities. How about Trix yogurt? The cotton candy swirl is what got me through the school days as a kid. How about silly bands? I remember when I was a kid, I was trading those for a month trying to get every single animal and different type of creature they had. How much do you think Jeff Bezos makes in a single second? In 2019, Bezos' base salary was only $81,840 for the entire year. However, this doesn't include his compensation and the stock options he owns. To put his real earnings into perspective, Jeff Bezos made about $78.5 billion between 2017 and 2018. That's equivalent to $215 million per day, $9 million per hour, or $2,489 per second. If he saw $100 on the floor, he'd basically be wasting $10,000 to pick it up. How old were you when you realized that turtles aren't living inside their shell? They are the shell. Within the shell, turtles have bones which support their entire body, and the outer layer of the shell protects all of their organs.
Motion sickness is actually caused by your insides moving around. Everyone is actually stronger underwater. Ellen was actually the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo. The country of Ecuador is actually named Ecuador because it's on the equator. Holding your breath can actually help stop the hiccups. You've actually never seen an entire movie because you blinked.
Do you want to learn how to fall asleep in just 2 minutes? This sleep technique was developed by the military to help their soldiers fall asleep during wartime. First, make sure that you're relaxed in your bed. Breathe slow, deep breaths and allow the rest of your body to go limp. Next, we gotta focus on your upper body. Allow your shoulders to drop down as low as they can, and then focus on your muscles. If they're not relaxing, tense them up and then loosen them again until they're relaxed. Time to focus on your lower body. Contract your thigh muscles and then move down to your lower legs and to your feet until everything's loosened up. Once your body's all loose, make sure to clear your mind. Be at peace with yourself, and once you maintain a steady breathing rhythm, you'll fall asleep within 30 seconds.
You hear that? Drop the roof and let the smoke clear.
How old were you when you learned that Goofy's a cow and not actually a dog? Disney already had Pluto as a dog, so I guess it was Goofy's fate to become a cow.
Bosses be like, you need to reply me now, it's urgent. It's a Saturday lah. You think I got no life, is it? How come you never send me this text message Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m? See you on Monday. Peace.
How old were you when you realized that Plankton just sells dead fish to the citizens of Bikini Bottom? Chum is just chopped up fish, no wonder Plankton never gets any customers. Did you ever notice that the Humpty Dumpty nursery rhyme never said he was an egg? Humpty Dumpty was actually the name of a cannon which fell off the king's wall in the early 1600s.
How you can ask for a girl's age without directly asking her, how old are you? You want to know how old is the girl, but it's kind of rude to ask her directly. Here is what you can do. Tell her that you have a superpower, where you can accurately guess her age without directly asking for her age. Of course, the girl will surely not believe in you. So here is what you can do. Ask the girl to multiply her age with 67 and get her to tell you the last 2 digits of her answer. Use that number to multiply it by 3. Then ask for her answer again. Whatever answer she gives, just look at the last 2 digits of her answer, and that will be her age.
A comparison of the Titanic and a modern-day cruise ship. Dogs can smell their owners from 11 miles away. Plankton creates more oxygen than tropical rainforests. This is what it would look like if Saturn and the Moon were the same distance from Earth.
Hey, did you know that liars and deceivers tend to think that everyone else is lying and deceiving? That makes sense. Did you know that when someone says you've changed, it really just means that you've stopped behaving the way they want? Huh, didn't know. Now you know.
Listening to 5 to 10 songs a day can help increase your memory, reduce your risk of depression, and increase your immune system. During your entire lifespan, the average person eats for a combined 5 years. Having a hobby or passion makes you an overall more attractive person. Intelligent people are more easily annoyed by people.
Babe, can I put my stuff in your bag? You always complain I carry so many things, and now you want to use my bag. You think my bag is... I'll hold the bag for you. Okay.
Your muscles can only pull. Your body spontaneously changes from walking to running at a certain speed. Exercise can be as effective as medication for relieving short-term anxiety. You would have to stand for 30 minutes to burn as much energy as 2 hours of walking.
Toy Story 4. So if we jump over to the scene where Bonnie is at school and begins crafting the masterpiece we only know as Forky. Pause the movie oh so quickly and zoom in on the glue bottle. It states that the glue is made in Emeryville, California, which if you don't know is where Pixar Studios is located.
Hey, have you had this before? It's a fruit that I grew up with. We call it chamwe in Korean. And I just want to show this to you guys so next time you see it in an Asian supermarket, you can just try it out. When you peel it, it's white inside. You can eat the seeds, but they're not so great for digestion, so I take them out and then you cut them. I like these a lot because they're lightly sweet but super refreshing. Not a lot of people blend it, but it's really good as a smoothie too. I remember having this as a kid every summer in Korea. You know what's weird? I really thought I was so Korean that I never forget small things like this, but I feel like they might just slip from my memory if I don't keep telling the stories. After all, I'm only becoming distant from my childhood as I grow older. What's something that you don't want to let go of? Something so ordinary, but all the more special to you.
Okay, accent challenge, Ariana Grande edition. Let's do this. Number 1, we have... Yeah. And number 2, we have... Number 3, we have... Number 4, we have... Number 5... Oh, and number 6, we have... Something